Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Prison Break. This is the 15th episode of the 4th season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free. The link in the description below. Just click it, put a password in and enjoy. So last episode, it kind of went south for everybody. You know, MAHONES, he was trying to contact Lang. Basically, wanted to see if she knew somebody inside the government that they could trust to give information on Scylla to help them bring it down. And she did bring somebody in, but then it all went west because Michael didn't manage to hold his end up of the deal, and you know, he ended up being put back in the cop car and looks like he's been taken away to be arrested. You know, Michael looked like he did get a good little operation going to try and take Scylla off Don himself. You know, he tried to gas Michael and Co out earlier on in the episode, and it didn't actually work, but then Michael used the same gas that he used on them on Don, basically. You know, Sucre got in the back of the car, he waited till he pulled up at the hotel, he come out, he grabbed some of them out of the trunk, you know, he give it to Lincoln, boom, shot a big rocket through the window, flushed Don out of the system. You know, he dropped down the ladders, Michael was there, punched him in his face, he's running off with a bag, he's loving it, he's thinking that all plans are going well, and then boom, mate, Michael's head's going, his nose is bleeding, he's concussed, he's fell on the floor, and Don's just walked right over, took the bag, and he's got off. Now, interestingly, the general and his people have come and they've grabbed Michael and they've taken him and they've used him as a bargaining chip now to try and get Lincoln back into the fold. Basically, they've said, look, mate, Michael, he needs a procedure. He's got something pushing against his front lobe. And, you know, if it doesn't get done soon, he's going to die. We need Scylla back. You need your brother alive. Basically, we want you to work for us. They handed him, like, a folder. Interestingly, you know, said that that's going to provide him with extra motivation to get the job done. I would love to see what's inside. Hopefully we get it revealed in today's episode. And then we had the whole thing about Bagwell, and you know, basically he was holding them two hostage, wasn't there? You know, Gretchen's sister and her daughter. Some guy comes selling Bibles, and he actually believed that he worked for the company, and he grabbed him and he pulled him in, he tied him up, and he was threatening to kill him. Then obviously the guy convinced him that he didn't actually work for the company and he was just a Bible salesman. And you know, Theodore Bagwell, trying to transition over to Cole Pfeiffer, decided, you know what, I'm better than this, I'm going to move forward. And, you know, let the kids go, let his, you know, Gretchen's sister go, so get in the car, drive away, untied the guy. Well, bad luck for him, mate, because the guy did work for the company. As soon as he turned his back, he grabbed him by the neck, he choked him out, he gave a call, I've got one of him, and he's been taken in. So that was interesting last episode. I can't wait to see what we have in store for today's. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Krantz has arranged for the best doctors in the world.
We can't let them near him.
Out of time.
There's nothing to be afraid of. All we want is to help.
You're gonna save Michael?
You question our capabilities.
No, I'm questioning your motives.
For the duration of the surgery, you'll be treated as a guest in my home.
Wonder what Lincoln's cut, mate. What's his deal? I want to know what's in that folder.
As a safety precaution, we'll need to continually monitor your speech and sensory activity to ensure the tissue being removed will not leave you impaired in any way.
Where's Link?
He's here. He's just fine.
Now, you'll get full cooperation from my office. You need anything, just call this number.
Now, if you're gonna want something,
Just tell me where they are.
Gretchen, an agent turncoat.
Yeah.
Look, I deserve some kind of something here. All the work I put in. If it wasn't for me finding Whistler's bird book, then where would I'm not gonna tell you anything!
Oh, what's he pulling out? Wow.
Every single one.
Arlington Pier!
When? What time?
3 o'clock.
From here on out, you shouldn't feel a thing, Mr. Schofield.
Mate, surgery's mad, innit? Him getting his head cut open while he's awake. Crazy. I don't understand how the doctors keep a steady hand, me, doing stuff like that.
Routine performed using the gamma knife.
The gamma knife has a recurrence rate of over 13%. We'll be using a technique that's more advanced.
I need to know what we're doing. Finish this. Really? Because it feels like it's finishing us.
One more day and we're done. I can't do this without you.
When the buyer gets here, why don't you let me do the talking?
For what? I engineered this whole thing, Gretchen. I can handle my business. Close up your blouse and open your eyes because the buyer's on the way.
How much longer?
Another hour or so.
I need to use the men's room.
Congratulations.
What do you think I'm gonna do, run?
That's exactly what I think you're gonna do.
That an individual being transported by a representative of the criminal justice system must be afforded the opportunity to relieve himself if the duration of the transport is more than 3 hours.
Any pain or discomfort, Mrs. Schofield?
No.
When oxygen is cut off to the brain, it kicks into overdrive. All of the senses fire off at once. Everything you've ever known, felt, believed, it all passes in the blink of an eye.
Old school Fox River.
Hello, Michael.
You're wondering if you're dead. The answer is no.
Then why am I here?
I believe that's a question we all need to find the answer to.
It's officially now the most secure bathroom break in the history of law enforcement.
Yes, it is.
All clear.
You have 15 seconds.
Wasn't so bad now, was it? You should have trusted me. Like I trusted you.
Oh, he's took something. He's only took a U-bend though, it looks like. I don't know how he's going to use that to his advantage.
Okay. Ready? And begin. A. B. I'm sorry, Charles. For what? For everything.
You have the answers, Michael.
What are the questions?
I don't know, but you do.
So he's got the answers, but you got to get the right questions to reveal those answers because you don't know them yet. These are taking a while. They're actually taking ages.
See if the buyer left him a message.
It's my sister.
Guy with the fake hand. He let us go, so we ran across the street to the Patel's house, and a couple minutes later, I looked out the window, and these two guys in these suits, and they dragged him off into some van.
All right, Gretchen, put Bagwell on the phone.
He's not there.
Gretchen, I'm not playing anymore.
Don, the company took him.
He knows the location of the exchange. Then the company does too.
Mate, that is actually true, isn't it? Because obviously this operation's been obviously organised to take place here, and they can't move from it. They've got no contact number for it. So for example, if me and you was doing this operation, I was self and you was the buyer, we got one location, this pier. And yeah, Bagwell's just told the only people that you, literally the last people on earth that you would want to know the location, where you're going to be, and we have nowhere to run. I've literally got to stand here and wait for you to come because you are the person that's going to solve all my problems. But I've also got this bigger problem coming, so I don't know, man. It's interesting. Now, Lincoln, he knows it as well. He's tortured him, he's grabbed it. Now, interestingly, maybe Lincoln's kept this to himself. And when Gretchen's saying, if, you know, T-Bag is with the company, they know we're here. When they use they, it might just be Lincoln and Sucre. And if that is the case, then that's all right. It's not too bad for them. You know, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been Lincoln and Sucre with the whole of the general and the people coming behind them. If it's that important to them, they would put every man they've got inside of the company with them there to extract it. So it's interesting to see them two just arriving on their own. Oh, they've moved. Car's actually gone.
I need a trace on this line.
We've already tried. You're in a zone where visual surveillance is an impossibility.
Well, how about you look outside the zone and check for a vehicle leaving in the last 15 minutes? You know we're onto them. We gotta find these people before they split.
Pretty good from Lincoln. I didn't even know they could do that, you know. Look at the location where he's just on that phone call and trace any car that's come.
Someone's here, but it's not the seller. What do you want me to do?
When did you decide to turn your back on me?
Probably about the same time you decided to become a fugitive.
The longer you're on the run, the lower my chance of getting what I want.
There.
City off Route 14, about 3 miles north of Greenberg, requesting backup and air support.
I like to keep a hand in all our theaters of engagement. Are you an ideologue? Or just the silly schoolgirl following the brooding boy who finally noticed her, receiving the best possible care?
Is he? Because I've never seen this equipment before, and I've never seen this procedure. It's experimental, isn't it?
Well, you could say that, but it has been used once before. And for what it's worth, the patient lived a long and happy life.
It's got me thinking that Tombstone 1 was the first person that went through this procedure, and Tombstone 2 is the second one. It might be, and that is Lincoln's motivation for the fact that it worked the first time. Does that make sense? But also, he's saying that not everything's as it seems. Maybe these are good people. Well, won't say good people because we've seen them kill so many. Do you know what I mean? So all them actions are bad. But like, I don't know, man. I just need everything laid out on the table. Like, so far they've always been portrayed as the baddies, and obviously because of how they've treated Lincoln and Michael and Cole throughout the whole show, we've always been, well, in my opinion, felt I needed to dislike them, and I still do. I'm not saying that's changed, but what I'm saying is I am a person that adapts to new information. So like, if they lay it all on the line, maybe it changes my opinion, but right now it's still the same. I dislike who they are.
It's the job of a structural engineer to make sure everything he creates is designed to withstand the weight placed upon it. I've tried to fix it. I've tried to make things right. Now I can't take any more. All I wanted to do was save my brother's life.
Take 10 lives, you're a serial killer. Take thousands, you're a war hero.
This isn't war.
Are you sure?
It's nothing more than the company's little black book. Names, numbers, operation reports.
Not everything is as it seems.
He said it now himself. Look, not everything's as it seems. That guy's literally just said it as well.
I'm amazed that you've done, all this time and you never once asked to see the information in Scylla.
It's because I don't care about the information. I just care what it's worth.
Or maybe you're just worried. If you actually knew what was on it, you have second thoughts about who you're selling it to.
Traffic camera picked them up entering a convenience store on Valley and 14th.
That's a hell of a job, Agent Lang.
You're the one who taught me how to read the mind of a convict on the run, remember?
I think they teased us. I don't think that she's killed him.
What happened?
He got away.
There we go.
I thought I had him in my sights. I just missed.
It's tough, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when it's a friend, it is tough. We've all got friends that we know have done bad things, but we still, you're still always on their side, and even when you know they're wrong.
Hey, buddy.
What's up?
Looking for a tall chick with black hair and tall guy.
He looks like Bozo the Clown.
How about now, you punk?
How about now? Okay, they brought a phone, man.
I want the receipt.
After all we've been through, we can't be honest with each other? Your little photo shoot and your weak-ass attempt at the 6th card? You wanted him to know you were involved, right?
He just cracked my whole electrocomplex wide open. Kudos. But you're not the only one who did their homework. You better watch your 6, Don.
I want to know what's happened to his family. You know, he did get a phone call. Do you remember? Don got a phone call and his wife was saying that, I don't know, like, we're going to have burritos or Taco Tuesdays or something for tea. I'm thinking that that's a voicemail prior to her death. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like she's left him that before and then something's happened, like a ripple effect, and like she's died and a kid has as well, maybe. And like now, obviously, he uses that as, I don't know, some sort of comfort thing. But it's interesting what he's just said about Gretchen then. Do you know what? I've got to say, I like Don's confidence, even though he's a little bit kind of annoying. He's not Roland annoying. He was proper annoying. But also, Lincoln's asked for the receipt and it focused in on something. I actually have no idea what it was focusing on. I was trying to look at it, but like, was it not just a normal receipt, or was it saying, I don't know, who bought it or location or something? I'm not too sure. I don't know how that's going to help him, but, you know, I suppose we're going to find out.
With the removal, will there be any memory loss?
Well, in cases like this, where small portions have to be removed, it hardly ever affects what's referred to as net memory. So while there may be some gross memory loss, he won't ever know it's gone.
Nurse, BP's dropping 90 over 60.
What's going on?
I don't know. Increased dopamine delivery rate to 12.5.
EEG spiking, brain activities all over the place. Maps at 55.
BP's erratic, dropping 85, 84.
Give him 1 millivatropine. Michael, are you still with us?
Things have happened in the past few days that have made me uneasy. As long as we have Scylla, we have power.
Michael!
They're teasing us, mate. He's obviously not dying. They're teasing us. I mean, I want to know what information he's trying to unlock.
What's going on? What's he crashing? Just take credit. You cannot. No, it's okay.
You've done your part.
I haven't figured it out yet!
Yes, you have. You might think it's bad, but it's not.
What's this bargain, man? Oh, is it chemicals? Is it the periodic table or something? Why is it so hard?
Michael, don't.
Don't you dare leave.
Company tracked the serial code off the receipt. Gretchen just placed a call 5 minutes ago matching the tracking number.
From where?
2 miles away.
That's a small case for 125 million.
Deal in cash. Once I verify the validity of the item, funds will be wired to an account number you provide. I need to confirm that the data is intact.
I'm not giving anyone
This is a businessman making a business transaction. One where the longer you take, the more danger you put us all in.
You read what's on there?
Innit, you better hope so. Now, I know that Don was saying that he wanted 125 million in cash, and I think he said that last episode or maybe earlier on in this one, and I've been thinking to myself anyway, like, mate, that's crazy. Like, why would you want it in cash? Like, you would think it'd be much better doing a wire transfer. And in my head, I was thinking, why would anybody bring it in cash anyway? Do you know what I mean? Like, it would make no sense. First of all, the volume of the packaging that you'd have to transport it in, do you know what I mean? It's not going to fit in that small box. Even though, you know, I think the first time I ever kind of had like a reference of a lot of money, not looking a lot of money, was Dodgeball, the film. You know, $100,000, open a big briefcase, and it was just like that much, just, you know, like just a little tiny stack. And it's like, you can fit a lot in, but carrying 125 million in a case is not really going to happen, is it? To me anyway, logically. Anybody could come and steal it. I mean, for him, the guy who's coming to validify the information, it's more safer for him to do an electronic transaction, because the fact is, if he's walking around with that money, he's just a target for everybody. Where if he's going to do it electronically, you know what I mean, he's kind of more safer. Obviously, he's still in a sticky situation, but I mean, I feel like as it progresses, Don's inexperience in these negotiation scenarios, like, is starting to show.
They're not just gonna give us Scylla. Good.
See, now Don's looking at it and it's nuclear, he might not want to do it. And if that's the case, it's rookie, innit? He's messed up. It looks like nuclear launch codes, to be fair.
Sure you understand no one can know where Scylla's going. Drop it.
Well, she's got no weapons there anyway.
Where is he?
I don't know. Where is he? I don't know.
Gone. Stolen.
By who?
If I die, you'll never know.
They're still running some tests, but they feel pretty confident they got it all. You should know something about your surgery. It was performed by company doctors.
You're gonna laugh, but I had a dream about Scylla. The only thing we really know about it is what Self told us. What if it's not just the company's little black book? What if it's
Not everything is as it seems.
something more? Why go to so much trouble to protect information about the past, information the company could just delete anytime they wanted to? I don't think he was talking about power like control or influence. I think he was talking about
right.
There's a theory that if you can find a way to combine these elements, you can harness 100% of the sun's energy.
It would certainly explain all the security around Scylla. The equipment you were treated with and the drugs they gave you, none of it exists on the open market.
Which would explain why some people are willing to pay hundreds of millions to get their hands on Scylla.
That's actually really interesting. In my personal opinion, if that's the case, it's way worth more than 125 mil.
No, I mean, after that. Sarah said Mike was okay, and that's all I needed to know. But now I gotta go live my life.
Everything you did for us. I'll never forget that.
Hey, when you and Mike get down below and open that surf shop,
Scuba shop.
maybe there will be a job there for me.
Do you know who took it?
No, but Self and Gretchen did.
Then you've got your team. Now, you all took something from me, and you're all going to get it back. You may find that you like it here. Stranger things have happened. They've certainly happened in your family.
Tell him what, that obviously is here, because Thingy's just told him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's interesting. The thing is, you got to think about it, like, we're always judging off information that people have always given us. So, like, we're not wrong to believe that Scylla was bad. This is what I was trying to say earlier on in the episode. Like, we're only dealt, we play with the cards that we've been dealt, and all we've ever been told is how bad Scylla is. We've never really been told physically what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, so we're just going off what we know, and everything that we see around it and the protection and the deaths and everything that comes with it seems all negative. And so we're obviously having a negative thoughts and impact on it, and we hate the company. You know, his dad's tried to take him down and stuff like that. But then when you hear what it is and what they're trying to do and how crazy it could be, then it's like, oh, do you know what? I'd like to hear the other side of it. You know what I mean? Like, we'd never physically got out the horse's mouth from the company what it is that they're trying to do. Now, we've seen numbers, and I thought it was 10,000 deaths or 100,000 or whatever it is. But, like, do you know what I mean? Like, what physically is it that they want to do with it? And like Michael was saying, there's all this information about the backstories and all this about the Black Book and all that. They could have destroyed that themselves. You know, what use is it for them to hold it? Do you know what I mean? It makes you raise questions. It's really interesting.
Last time I saw you in the hospital, you busted your arm in Little League.
Yeah, some bruiser knocked me down sliding into second.
Sorry about that. Made a deal. Your life in exchange for Scylla.
Why would you do that?
Same reason you covered your body in tattoos and broke into Fox River.
This is not just about us, Link.
That's exactly who it's about. It's all it's ever been about. The only thing worth fighting for is family. I'm gonna do everything and anything I can to end this.
You want to know what I know about the company?
Mom worked for him before she died.
I want to know what's in that folder. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, new information gives, you know, new ideas, new thoughts on situations. Interesting, because obviously Michael there, he's just had his operation or whatever, and he started to go into this thing. He went into like a different place, isn't it? Like, so back of his mind, and he was speaking to Charles, and he was saying like, look, mate, you know, not everything is as it seems. And the general said that as well to Sarah, I think. And again, you know, it's all this withhold information. That's, you know, to be honest, it's what stressed me out last season about Whistler. The reason why he got my most disliked character is because he never truly said what it was that he fully, do you know what I mean, meant. So every time he was encrypted, he was coded, he was not saying it. I never believed him, and I never knew if I should believe what he was saying. I couldn't trust him because he was just never open. And do you know what I mean? And like I was saying there, like, every time that we've talked about Scylla and seen it, negative things have been happening around it. You know what I mean? There's protections, there's deaths, there's companies coming after it. We've seen, obviously, his dad was working against it. So again, we kind of pushed to the direction that they're bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, we want to take them down. He left his family because he devoted it to taking the company down and X, Y, and Z. But then Michael's gone in this situation and he's talking to Charles and it's right in front of his face, but he can't really find it right now. But then he's wrote bargain down, then he's crossed it out, and then he's worked out that it's the periodic table and these chemical elements. And he's like, you know, if you put all of these together, you get like some sort of solar thing. Basically, it sounded to me like he was saying that if you combine all of these different elements, you get some sort of nuclear power or something. That's like the power of the sun. And then, like, if that's the case, then you've got this energy that you can use to just distribute. Like, basically, if you've got the energy from the sun, then you're just ultimate wealth, aren't you? Literally, like, how many people are going to feed off you? It's like the countries that have now, basically, oil. You know, if you look at the Middle East, most of that country is where the oil comes from. And if you look at them, they've got so much money, literally. All the Middle Eastern countries. Now, I'm not saying that everybody who lives in them countries have money, but what I'm saying is those wealthy states, those higher up, the Qataris, you know what I mean, the Saudi Arabians, like, if you look at them, they have got so much money from oil. And if you look at, say, other countries that don't have anything, you can see the difference. And what I'm saying is, if one country just popped up out of nowhere with the amount of energy that it could provide the whole world from, like, solar panel, then, mate, they're instantly rich. Everybody will want it. And like they're saying, this is on the market for 125 million. Mate, it is worth 125 trillion, mate, or whatever number's higher than that. Like, that's a bargain for buying it, because it's like, in football, you know, you buy a footballer for 50, 60 million pound, or you think, oh, that's expensive. Well, if it's a good player, yeah, you're probably going to get that back in shirt sales in day one. You know what I mean? You got to look at it like that. It's an investment, and you are 100% never going to lose if you have that power that they've got. No wonder that they put in all their resources and everything in against it. I'm just really interested to see where we go from here. Like I said, I actually have no idea how it's going to end. We see Mahones here, he's on the run. We've seen Sucre apparently he's leaving. We see Michael being stuck apparently in this operation theatre, and then Lincoln's going to work for the company. So it's like total chaos now. Everybody's just like all over the place. It's interesting, and I can't wait to see how we guys finish. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm really loving how the season's going, to be honest. You know what, right? I have the most liked seasons running in the description. Obviously, you guys can vote yourselves if you've not done it. Nice little plug there. You know, 3 votes are allowed, and obviously at the end we'll see the top aggregated seasons. I actually pretty, like, I'm going to struggle to vote for these. I really do like the different season. Like, not one season's the same. Do you know what I mean? We had one inside of Fox River, then we had another prison breakout, but it was in a totally different prison, so the vibe was completely different. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously we've got them like being on the run when they escaped from Fox River that season. Again, it was a different feel to it. And then we got this one where they're actually like breaking into places, you know, not breaking out, they're breaking in, but also the information they're acquiring and the situations, and we're trying to guess, are they good, are they bad, what they're getting out of it. I feel like the introduction of Gretchen's been good as well, because she's brought a little bit of madness towards it. I'm like really enjoying it, and I feel like each season actually has been decent. I feel like in some shows you can have an up and down, the dip and all that, you know, but like this season I think they're all steady eddies, to be honest. I could watch all of them again. I wouldn't like select to say no, don't watch season 2, do you know what I mean, I'll skip that one or whatnot. I'm actually really enjoying it, and hopefully the season completes in a good way, because I feel like last season, you know, it could have been better in terms of it was only 13 episodes, and it's not their fault because we had obviously like the strike that apparently went on, and I feel like if they had the chance they could have extended it, and it probably could have been the best season of the show. I thought it was still really good, and I feel like this season's been decent following the expansion of that. I was shocked that obviously Whistler died straight away, but then the introduction of Wyatt, and then the company coming in and Gretchen being utilised more, and then obviously like, is Scylla good, is Scylla bad now, I don't know, you know, somebody else has come in, a third party, you know, another buyer, they've stole it, you know, Don's been captured now, you know, nobody's actually got it who was originally trying to look at it at the start of the season, somebody else has it now, and they're all trying to track it down. You've got Michael considering, well, I thought that Michael was sitting there thinking maybe Scylla's good and the company not actually that bad, but then when Lincoln come in, he was saying, look, like, we need to get this plan rocking and rolling, we need to take the company down. I feel like he wants to continue with the mission that his dad was doing, but then Lincoln was like, look mate, I'm kind of continuing the mission that our family's been doing, which has all been working for the company. You know, our mum's worked for them, our dad worked for them, I'm working for them now. You know what I mean? It's like going full circles. It's really good, honestly. I'm really, really excited to see how we finish this season. Hopefully it's not the end of Sucre and the Mahones. I feel like obviously Lang let him go away, and she did. She knew where he was, and she said that he went to a different direction. And I was saying, it's tough, mate. How many times you've been in a situation where your friend's done something, mate, and you know that they're in the wrong, and somebody's come looking for it. It's like in school, innit? You know, your friend's had a fight, or he's obviously broke something or whatever, and the teachers come knocking, and you could easily give the information out. You know it's best, because you're going to get in the shit as well, but you hold it back because obviously no matter how much you think they're in the wrong, and you think that, you know, it's the right thing to do to set them in, it's for your friend at the end of the day, and you just can't do it. And she's stuck in that predicament, you know what I mean? She wants to uphold the law, she wants to do this and that, but at the end of the day, she's got feelings for Alex. Not like sexual arousal, she might do, who knows, mate, but like, you know, they've got that professional boundary there, and they've respected each other all this time, and she's just like, in her head, she's thinking that, all right, he may have done bad things here and there in the past, but he's done it for the right reasons, and you know, she wants to believe that he's doing it, you know, for the betterment of the company, well, the country and himself, and she's not making bad decisions. So I don't know, I do respect it, and I really like it, and you know, I want them all to collectively come back together at the end and obviously succeed. I want them to win. Now, actually, this current juncture right now, I don't know how you win. You know, I'm still a little bit conflicted now to whether the company are bad or not. You know, I need more information to be revealed, but basically, at the end of the show, I want Lincoln and Sucre, and obviously Sarah and Michael, to get what they want. That would be the win. Whatever that win is. At first I wanted it to be taking down the company, and now I feel like Michael's going to die, but then he might have survived, and then now the brothers are kind of like bouncing between each other, like which way to go. I just want them to succeed in being free men. That's what I want. You know what I mean? At the end of the season, I want them to be free, and I want them to be able to go off and open that scuba shop. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited, and I can't wait. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.